That voice that says you're not enough, where did it learn those words? That tone that cuts you down to size, whose voice is that you heard? Because you weren't born believing that you had to be ashamed. Someone taught you how to speak to yourself and you learned to do the same. It sounds like you, but it's not your voice. It's borrowed from before. These are borrowed voices living in your head, speaking words that someone else once used on you instead. Your teacher, your father, your mother's disappointment, the coach who pushed too hard, you swallowed all their standards. Now they're standing guard, but the higher self was always there, underneath the noise they made, waiting for you to recognize these voices aren't your own. They're just on loan. The inner parent learned its lines from the outer parent script. You should be more like them, why can't you get a grip? Stop being so sensitive, you're lazy, you're too much. These aren't your thoughts about yourself, they're echoes of their touch. You internalized their criticism, made their voice your guide. These are borrowed voices living in your head, speaking words that someone else once used on you instead. Your teacher, your father, your mother's disappointment, the coach you pushed too hard, you swallowed all their standards. Now they're standing guard, but the higher self was always there, underneath the noise they made, waiting for you to recognize these voices aren't your own. They're just on loan. So when you hear you're not good enough, ask yourself who said it first. When you hear you should be ashamed, whose shame are you rehearsing? The parent self is a recording, playing someone else's pain. But you can choose to recognize that voice is not your name. Your name is what the higher self knows before the world weighed in, before you learn to criticize the person you've always been. These are borrowed voices, you can give them back. The standards that were forced on you, you can finally unpack. Your worth was never theirs to judge, your value's not on loan. The higher self speaks gentler words in a voice that's all your own. Underneath the borrowed shame, there's a truth you've always known. These voices aren't who you are, they're just borrowed, give them home. So thank them for their service, they were trying to protect. But you don't need their armor now, you can choose what to accept. The voice beneath the borrowed ones has been waiting all along. Gentle, wise, and always yours, that's where you belong.